What's up, everybody on YouTube? It's your boy, the Memphis Zexal, right back at you with another episode of All My COD Games. The show we take a deck and we just have ourselves a good old time on good old EVO Pro, dueling with it to our heart's content. Today we're taking a look at a custom deck of mine. This is called Invoked Charmers, which has all the goodies of Charmers, is in lots of beatdown, as well as some invoked action on the side. So we got ourselves a nice little deck here, and we're going to go into EVO Pro, and I'm going to show you how it works. First, the deck list. So for our main deck today, we're playing 2 copies of Familiar Possessed Hita, 1 in each of Familiar Possessed Dark, Win, Asa, 2 Liners, and 1 Area. We have 2 copies of Fairy Tale Roka, 3 copies of Fairy Tale Luna, 2 copies Gigabyte, 2 copies Ranryu, 1 Nefarious Arcfiend Eater of Nefariousness, 1 Inari Fire, and 3 Alistair the Invoker. We have Terraforming, 2 copies of Invocation, a Monster Born, a Called by the Grave, 3 copies of the Spirit Charmer, 3 copies of Awakening of the Possessed, 2 copies of Fairy Tale Tales, 3 copies of Magic Meltdown, 2 copies of Palace of the Elemental Lords, and 2 copies of Possessed Partnerships. Our extra deck includes Our Mirage, 1 Artemis the Magistus Moon Maiden, 1 Secure Gardener, 1 Anaconda, 1 Masquerena. We got Heat of the Fire Charmer Ablaze, Lyn of the Light Charmer Lustrous, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, 2 Baguska, 1 Invoker Purgatrio, 1 totally optional Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, Invoked Goodies, and 2 Invoked Mechaba. The side deck, not too much to say. If you want to try Dogmaticas instead of the Invoked engine, go right ahead, that works just fine. And if you just want to go for big damage output, try yourself some Element Sabers, again in place of the Alistair. Or if you want to get rid of the Charmers, go for Invoked Element Sabers. That works too. It's a pretty good deck in and of itself. But with all that said, let's go ahead and go to the EVO Pro, show this deck off, show you how it works, and just go all in. Alrighty, first opponent. So with this deck, you can go first, or you could go second. It really depends. Let's go ahead and go first. We'll try to do back and forth. We'll see how it goes. Let's see here. Yeah, this is definitely more of a going first sort of hand we have here. Like I said, depending on what you draw into, it could go either way. So we're going to activate Awakening of the Possessed. This is part of our main strategy. You summon out a monster with 1850 attack, like Fairy Tale Luna, you get to draw a card. It also gives your Charmers some defense, which is very nice. So go ahead, Luna. Luna searches any of our Charmers. I can also get Fairy Tale Roka, but I already have her in the hand. Let's go ahead and grab Hita. For no particular reason, we're going for Hita. I mean, Hita's good because you have Purgatrio, of course. But that's for later, once we get Alistair. For now, we'll summon Ranryu. You can summon him if you have a spellcaster on the board. And I could just make a Baguska. And I'm not going to go ahead and make a Baguska, because he's more of a going first sort of dude. Just make a Baguska. As you can see, my monster is getting 300 attack points. That's because of my Awakening. For each attribute we have, we get 300 attack points. And that's where you're trying to build up to. Lots of different attributes on the board. Get a bunch in the grave. Get your Palace of the Elemental Lords. Your monsters get explosively huge. It's pretty nice. Speaking of pretty nice, though, I should remember to remind you guys now at the start of the video, because I always forget to do this, live stream this Saturday, which is the 28th of August. Usual time, 8 p.m. That's when I do my live streams. If you want to check it out, I will be happy to see you. It's a very nice thing. I like to do my live streams just with the fans. Just do myself some duels. Just pick a random deck and do the duel. So if you want to check that out, it's here on YouTube. If you miss it, don't worry. I always leave it up on the channel. Alright, so this guy's playing Evil Twins. It's gonna be an interesting duel, considering that I've got Baguska to, like, stop the effects of his monsters. But if he can build... I'm pretty sure there's a twin that can summon itself from the hand, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember what all the Evil Twins do. But the fact that I have Call by the Grave is really gonna mess this guy up. Because the whole idea of Evil Twins in general is, like, you summon out the one link, and then you go for the other link, and the links kind of, like, summon each other back and forth. And they just kind of do that over and over again. So we'll see. So I don't remember this one. Either player takes damage from a battle involving Evil Twin, banishes card from the grave. Target face or monster controls loses attack and deal that battle damage. Okay. I don't recall that one. That must be a new one. Thing about Evil Twins, like they give them some new stuff, but in the end of the day, they do the same thing over and over, which is Link 2 into the other Link 2, and they do have a Link 4 now, which is cool. It's very nice. So yeah, now he's got this dude, and so I'm gonna be like, heck no. You've already used that effect once. So I'm gonna banish the Pinky, and he will get to summon another one. He might just make another Pinky. But then he'll have to wait till next turn to summon it out. Such is the way of things. So yeah, he'll probably make Pinky numero dos. As is the way of things. Unless he can't for whatever. I'm pretty sure he can. 2 monsters because a kill monster. Yeah. Yeah, he can make another Pinky. He could. So I've interrupted him, but not quite stopped him because they, Evil Twins, all of these play multiples of their most important card, right? Yeah, there you go. So yeah, now I just gotta deal with Lila. Let's see. Till the end of the next turn. Oh wait, does that mean that's still banned? Or that's still negated? I think it is. Oh baby, thank you, Call by the Grave. I'm glad. I'm glad Call by the Grave was here. That is messing him up real bad. Because now this is negated. So he can't actually revive his monster. So now we gotta detach material. You do it every turn for Baguska. We'll put this guy in attack mode. And let's go ahead and... What does this do again? Each time you put a normal special summon to monster, you gain 200. You inflict 200 damage to your opponent. Okay, that's annoying. Yeah, let's go ahead and summon out Roka. Roka's an interesting monster. When Roka gets summoned, you get to activate this effect. Your opponent gets 500 life points. Which is just like, okay, whatever, he gets 500 life points. You activate 3 cards from the top of your deck. I'm sorry, dude, that's negated. And then your opponent picks one. It goes to your hand. The other 2 go back into your deck. So, you give your opponent a choice between 3 cards. You gotta give one of them to your opponent. Or he has to give one to me. True Draco Apocalypse. Perdoname? What? Target a True Draco or True King card you control, destroy it. The attack defensible. Okay. So he's gonna pop himself to... Oh, he has True Kings in here for some reason. I don't know why, but he does. Okay, that's kind of weird, but whatever, I guess. Yeah, during the opponent's main phase, you can't... Okay. Tribute summon. And then if this card sent to target a monster on the field, destroy it. Yeah, so he's going to be able to destroy Roka. He can't destroy Baguska, because in attack mode, Baguska can't be destroyed by card effects. Can you destroy any card? No, he can only destroy monster. Okay, good. Very good. So now he's going to get to pick. What do we excavate? I get the Water Charmer. Okay, he didn't want to give me the good stuff. But I drew some good stuff regardless, so that'll work. Okay, so now he's going to go for the Apocalypse. I'll go ahead and activate my Possessed Partnerships. I can summon out one of my Charmers from mine hand. He gets to search a True Draco. He gets the spells. He can get the spell to his hand or to the board. But that is as it is. So, which True Draco spell are you going to get, you silly little snake? You and your silly snake shenanigans? I don't know. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've actually seen True Kings. Okay, this is the one that recovers stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and get out Hita. And then we get to target a card and destroy it. So let's go ahead and destroy... Yeah, we'll get rid of the Ignis Heat just because I don't care for him as much. That will be fine. Yeah, so now all I need is Alistair. That's the important part. Let me think about this. He doesn't really have anything I want to steal. So I'm just gonna go ahead for battle phase now. Because I think that'll work just fine. So let's go ahead and attack the evil twin. You have another trap card? Is this a battle trap of some variety? I don't remember what the evil twin traps do. I know they exist, I just don't remember what they do. It's one of them things. It's like, you don't see oh. Alright, lose attack. Oh yeah, because you still can't target Baguska. Okay. Oh yeah, little treat. My monster gets weaker. Okay. That's fine. That is a-okay. Alrighty. So we know he has the spell. And you know he has that. Let me think about this. I could be a total dick and make another Baguska. That is a potential. I'm going to go ahead and activate Monster Reborn. And I'm going to go ahead and get back. It doesn't really matter. Let's get out Roka. I'm just going to get Roka back. Hacha. And then, of course, my monsters are all really big. And I could make another Baguska. That is very tempting. I'm going to make Masquerena, actually. That way, if he starts doing things, I can hit him up with a unicorn during his turn. And I should be good. I have an area in the hand. That way, I can summon it and get another draw and have lots of attack points. And I should be good. It just all depends on exactly what my opponent draws into. Because we know he has the True King spell, which I don't think he can even activate right now. I mean, you only have two King cards. So the spell is not a problem. The spell is not a problem. The problem would be if he had enough evil twins to, like, you know, go for the links again. Although I do believe, yeah, you've used 2 pinks. He's used 2 pinks. Probably has a third, I would imagine. He doesn't even need another pink. He just needs Blue Boy. Just need a little bit of Blue Boy. But my opponent's thinking. We'll find out. We'll find out in a minute if he has anything that can stop us. I'm not sure he does. This is fairly impressive right here. I've got my Baguska Masquerena. I've got my Awakening. All my monsters are getting bigger. So, we'll see. Alright, I think this guy, I think this guy's rage quit or something. He's just running out the clock at this point. He has nothing. I will say, he put up a good fight, but that call by the grave really messed him up. Just had no answer to that. No answer to that. So, I'm going to call this one a win. You know, maybe my opponent could have thought of something, but yeah, I think he's either disconnected or he's running out the clock. Either way, I'm going to call this one a win. There you go. There's your win. So, let's go ahead for a second duel. Hopefully I'm not satisfied. Okay? We need bigger numbers. I need Palace. I need Awakening. I need more attributes. We need at least 3 or 4. We need big numbers. So let's go for Duel 2 and find big numbers. I gotta stop slouching so much. Anyway, second duel. Let's do it again. Let's see what we get around this. I want to see bigger numbers. Bigger numbers is key. Alrighty. Well, we have the Invoked and Possessed Partnership. Certainly an interesting here. Let's go ahead and just start out with the Invoked engine. Pretty standard thing. Get your Invocation. Go for the links and then make big old dude. And in this case, we're going to go for Almirage. Just so we can go into Secure Garden and use that as our material for Mechaba. And this will set up Almirage later. It's very nice. We're going to go ahead and activate Invocation. And we're going to go ahead and make Mechaba, banishing the Alistair in the grave. And our Secure Gardener. Could also have left Secure Gardener, but this will work just fine. And it's not the biggest start, but it is something. It is a start to things. So we'll just go from there. Alright, there you go. Let's let our opponent go. We have a single monster effect negate. And we'll see if that's enough to out this guy. Alright. Probably should have known for the name what this guy was up to. Alright. So we are up against Gravekeepers. That is kind of bad. Not really. What is this? Gravekeeper Servant. Unless your opponent sends a card top of their deck to the grave, they cannot declare an attack. Okay. I mean, points for originality. I haven't seen this card in like 20 years. It's an old card. It is a very oldie. Alright. So we're up against a very unusual Gravekeeper deck. Water. Okay. So we didn't actually do too much, and I think we'll be good. This hand will suffice. So let me think about this. Do I want to go for another Alistair? It doesn't really matter. Actually, it's a possessed partnership. And Asa. Yeah, that'll work. So let's go ahead and normal summon Alistair, get ourselves Invocation back. That way we'll be able to make Purgatrio. And we're going to go ahead and activate a possessed partnership. Gonna go ahead and summon out Asa from the hand. And since Alistair happens to be a wizard, I can pop Necker Valley. And yeah, I'm gonna mill cards when I attack. I don't really care. Doesn't matter too much. And let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and make Artemis. And the reason for this is I would like to banish the Alistair whenever you want to banish Alistair, because then you can get him back to your hand. That's the key. We'll special summon Ranryu. See, this is the part where the deck swarms really hard. It's just I don't have my Awakening of the Possessed. That's when I get the big numbers. And now we go ahead for Invocation. And this is where sending our Owl Mirage is going to come in handy. Because now I've got Purgatrio. This guy gets 200 attack for every card my opponent has. And he's got piercing damage. It's very nice. He can also attack every monster my opponent has once apiece. So even if this is Gravekeeper's Spy, I will be able to attack multiple times. So let's go ahead into the battle phase. We'll attack with Purgatrio. We lose Call by Grave, but whatever. Let's see, Gravekeeper's Guard. Okay, that's fine. You take 800, and now you can attempt to bounce me. I'm gonna be like, no. I'll go ahead and get, okay. Yeah, I can negate a monster effect with good old Mechaba, and I think my opponent didn't like that. So, he surrenders, and we're pretty set. Like I said, we got ourselves a lot of monsters. I would have lost, like, 4 more cards to top the deck. Don't really care. Don't really care too much, because now that I possess partnership, even if I milled Awakening, I could recover it, so that's okay. You know, interesting Gravekeeper deck, but did not work in this situation. My deck too fast, too strong. So let's go ahead for duel number 3, and see if we can have a slightly better opponent. Alrighty, third opponent. Can we get ourselves big numbers? I want to see big numbers. That's what this deck's about. I got some replays. I do have one replay with some decently high numbers, but with this deck, you should be able to make real big numbers. Alright, what is this? Zexal Construct. So this is one of them Zexal decks. This thing searches like 5 different cards. Reveal 1 card in the hand, add one of the following cards, and shuffle the real card into the... That's barely a cost. That's not even a bloody cost. That's a ridiculous card. Did Zexals need that much stuff? I don't think they ever did. Okay, so what does this do? Opponent can activate cards effect response to activation of your cards that target exceeds you control. Exceed is summoned. Target a monster attack exceeds material from extra deck material. During the draw phase, you can replace Shining Draw from deck on top of deck. And on top of it, Exorcisters. Okay. Let's see. Card leaves any graveyard. Summon Exorcist to Exceed using this card as material. Okay, I think I can deal with that. So let's go ahead and start out with Magical Meltdown. We already have Alistair, so if he has something to negate this, even better. Exorcister Pax. Add Exorcister card. If you have an Exorcister monster whose name is listed on that card, you can summon the added... Okay. I've played against Exorcisters before. They're an interesting bunch. The whole idea of them is like, you know, they got some expertise that are like, they can stop some stuff. The main idea of the archetype is like, if your opponent messes with their graveyard, they activate, they do some exceed summoning of themselves. So, We'll find out. Depends. So he's got Stella, Vanda, Exceed. I see. Okay, so he's gonna summon out the Exceed monster that... Never mind. I was about to say he was gonna make or not Utopia double. He was gonna make, the Exorcister Exceed, but I guess he's going for something else. Fascinating. So, who are you going for exactly? Because obviously you're not going to go for regular Utopia. Okay, Utopia Dragner. Detach 2 materials, summoning number exceeds from extra deck, cannot special summon. When opponent's monster declares an attack, change that attack to 0. Interesting. Certainly interesting. I don't know how effective it is, but we'll find out. Just the fact that that thing's 6,000 is going to be a bit of a tricky wicket. But I have things to get around it. I do have a thing or two to get around. I'm just going to have to set myself up for it. So we'll go ahead and set ourselves up with Secure Gardener. We'll go ahead and activate Invocation. And he's going to go ahead and summon at Xyz Boy. But if I believe, yeah. Does it get a material because of this? I have no idea. Let's see. Graveyard and... Oh, yeah, he has stuff in the graveyard, too. I'm going to use his stuff. This one, I guess. Oh, my opponent surrenders! Why did you even bother doing... I guess he thought that he was getting... No, he put a material on this already, and that's why he doesn't get anything. Or something. For some reason, he thought this was going to work. Effect monster, opponent controls can activate effects. Yeah, good dueling, my friend. Good duel. Good duel. Okay. Little salty there because I was just about getting the flow. I was going to summon out Baguska to buy me a turn so I could put this in defense mode. Then next turn, I was going to wipe him out with Mechaba beating over this. That was the plan. But my opponent didn't let me go for the plan, so a little disappointed. But that sometimes happens. Not the kind of win I like, but it's a win indeed. And I do have the replay saved, but let's go ahead for one more duel. Try to find that good back and forth that I really want. Get big number. That's what I want to see. Not this thing. This is garbage number. I want a real big number. Alrighty, fourth and final opponent of the day. Can we get the big number? I want to see big number. Alright, that's a start to big number. I like the Fairy Tale Tales, so if I get another Charmer... or Luna, especially. I'll be able to normal summon twice. That'll be very nice. The Cursed Eldrando. That could be tricky. 800 at Eldlich or Golden Rando. We'll find out. It's all going to depend on whether he can get the Eldlich on the board right away. So that's the thing about Eldlich. Okay, yeah, he's just going to ditch to get rid of his own card. Can only use each of the following effects once per turn. Yeah, so now he gets to ditch an Eldlich monster or one of his spell traps. Eldlich! They were set to become a meta deck, but for some reason they just kind of died. I don't know if it's because, you know, Call by the Grave completely annihilates them, or what exactly. I guess just because their entire deck is reliant on the Golden Lord, and also the Fusion Monster, but primarily the Golden Boy. I guess that's really a reason why they just didn't really work. I don't know. Not to say it's a bad deck or anything, but they can certainly do some stuff. All these, I mean, these two traps are going to get in more trap cards during the end turn. So, we'll find out. Okay. Oh, and a Goziki on top of everything. That could be tricky, especially if he sends... Okay, it's Banshee. Okay. I mean, we already know he has good old Balladrock in there somewhere. We'll find out when exactly we see it, Monsieur Balladrock. Alright, so end phase, he's gonna get a couple traps. I'm gonna guess Conquistador as well as Aquero. They don't usually play the Tiger one as much. Okay, no, Sagarless Sanguine. That is technically worse, because now he can summon out his Balladrock. And then he gets the spell, so he can summon a zombie from hand or deck, either way. Alrighty. Let me think here. Let's go ahead and summon out our Spirit Charmers. We'll discard Fairy Tale Tales, because I don't need it at the moment. Let me think here. See, I could go for... It's a difficult thing. I've got Fairy Tale Tail. I kind of wish I had Utopia double right now, but I don't. So, I'm going to add to my hand Hita, and I'm going to set Awakening the Possessed. Might as well show off my Fairy Tale Tails at least once. So we're going to go ahead and activate the Awakening the Possessed. We already know he has the Scarlet Sanguine. He's going to summon out What's-His-Face at some point. There he goes. Alright, good old Badadrock. Hachamba. Alright, and now let's go ahead and activate Fairy Tale Tails, which gives me that additional normal summon. Sadly, I don't get to double draw, but I like to think that I do. Alright, does he have any monsters in the grave? No, he does not. Alrighty. Let's normal summon Hita. Alright, I'm not a spellcaster no more. Curse you, zombie world, and your obnoxiousness. It's an obnoxious card, what can I say? Okay, Palace of the Elemental Lords. We'll find out. Might have to sit on Baguska for a turn. Because I just need to be able to get around these monsters right now. So let's go ahead and make a Baguska. That way, at the very least, he has nothing for a turn. We'll find out. It's going to be a very tricky one. I don't have spell trap removal. Probably would have been good if I had run some spell trap removal of some variety. And I've got Possessed Partnership, which can get rid of this, but that's about it. Plus, this turning my monsters in... Well, yeah, it doesn't matter. The monster's in my hand. Okay, so he's going to go for Gozuki. And he's going to attempt Balladrock, even though that's not going to work. I guess he's just trying out what'll work. He's trying. He's thinking. He's thinking. I do have a thought. I do have Monster Reborn here. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. That is indeed true, my friend. It doesn't quite work that way. Not quite. Good effort, though. Good effort. In any other situation, I would say that would work. Like, if this guy was negated, activating it would still trigger Balladrock. But yeah, I'm thinking, since I have Monster Reborn, I could use Baguska to ram over this, and then Monster Reborn the Balladrock, and then I will have a Balladrock to stop him and his monster effects for a little bit. Won't be the most effective thing in the world, but it's got potential. It's got potential. We'll find out. Alright. The suck. He's got the sucker. He's got like a lollipop little sucker up there. Alright, so now Gozuki is going to get him another Zambo. I can't stop grave effects. Not at the moment. Alrighty. Banish this card, feel the grave, activate zombie world. Okay. And Foolish Burial on top. Jeez. This guy's getting all the good Zombo stuff. He's got all the staples. And another Mizuki. He could make a rather large link and ram over my Baguska, which would not... Actually, he could do that right now, but I'm just saying he could make an even bigger one. Alright, set Golden Land Spell Trap from the deck. Get Conquistador. Alrighty. Luckily, he cannot activate that right away, so I have a chance to put this in attack mode. So let's go ahead, detach material for the Baguska. Put the Baguska in attack mode. Activate the Palace of the Elemental Lords. So now my monsters will get just a little bit bigger. 200 attack and defense for each attribute in the grave that is different. Really nice card. Now, if you're playing the Charmer version with the Element Sabers, you can make your monsters, different attributes in the grave and pretty much guarantee lots of damage for a turn. Okay, so now he's gonna go for Conquistador. Uh-huh. So he's probably gonna try and go for after Baguska. I don't think this guy remembers how Baguska works. Or he'll hit the field spell, which is fine too. That is a-okay, because that won't matter too much. Alrighty, so Win does me no good, but she does have an extra attribute on the board, and I will be able to do a little bit more damage. Let's see. Alright. Let us attempt the battle phase. Because he doesn't know I have Monster Reborn. Hopefully, he doesn't just activate Banshee to set another field spell. That would be bad. That would be... Ah, shoot, he thought of that. My plan... I mean, I can still do it, but my plan... I had a good plan. I thought I had a good plan. My plan was pretty good. Alright, well, I can still beat over Balladrock, so it's not the worst thing in the world. So I'll go ahead and beat over Balladrock. Main phase to it. Monster Reborn it. I'll take your Balladrock for a turn. He'll probably be able to out this, because he does still have the Eldlich or Black Awakening. But, thanks to my Balladrock, I get to banish a monster from the field or the grave. So I shall banish his Golden Boy. So now he cannot summon anything but Golden Boy. Because that is how that works. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and end our turn. We're pretty set. This is the thing about Balladrock. He is a double-edged sword. If you can steal Balladrock from your opponent playing Balladrock, they have to play around their own Balladrock. That's the sucky thing, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, he has the Eldlich or Black Awakening. He can summon a Golden Boy. The problem for him is that in order to, you know, do his thing, he's got to, like, you know, he's got to get around his own Balladrock at this point. This thing is 3,400. That's quite big. Although he will be able to, yeah, just add another one. I can negate it, however. I can negate it, and then I can just straight up, you know, stop it again. So let's go ahead, stop it again. So we'll negate the effect of the Golden Lich. When he goes to use Golden Lich's effect in the grave, I can banish it. And then he's got nothing. Because that's the thing of this archetype. You need the Golden Boy. This is the reason why he is not meta. This is the exact reason he is not the meta deck. Because once you stop Golden Boy, there is nothing you can bloody do. So, goodbye. No Golden Boy for you. This is a Golden Boy free zone. Although, again, he can just summon one off the Elixir, but that's not a big problem. Not a huge problem. The only real problem for me right now is if he... Well, actually, he can't make Unicorn because that... He has no hand. Although he still has the Elixir Black Awakening. That is true. Although he's lost 2 Golden Boys. He probably plays a 3rd. I would imagine. There's no real reason not to play 3. Considering he's so important. Alright, my dude. It's all up to you now. Okay, so he has the Mazook. He'll go for the Gozook. Mazuki into Gozuki, and he'll get to draw a card. Alright. And then Gozuki, are you going to ditch another Balladrock? Possibly. He could do that, although, again, Balladrock counters Balladrock in this. Oh! Of course, Glow Up Bloom. Do you run more than one Balladrock, however? Special summon is you can special summon with add level 5 hard zombie. If zombie world is in, okay, did you lock yourself out of zombies somehow? Let me think. Not sure. Let's see. Set a golden land. Okay, so it's not Cursed Eld land. It's not Conquistador. It's not Bloom. Is he... Fuck, I understand, my man. That is very disappointing. It's not Mizuki, obviously. I don't know. Why can he not... Is he out? Is he out of stuff? I don't know. That's very strange. Very strange. Someone in the comments will have to let me know why exactly this guy can't add thing. Let's see. Banshee's Scarf from the grave. Add level 5 or higher zombie from deck to hand. Or if zombie was on the field, you can special summon from the deck instead. But he has no... Okay, so here he goes. He's got Nightmare Phoenix. I can't stop it because I've already stopped everything I can. My Awakening Possessed. No, I needed the attack numbers. I liked big numbers, and I cannot lie. Alright, so the question... So, I'm guessing this guy's gonna go for... My god, I'm playing so fucking bad. Let's see. You're doing Just fine. You're doing just fine. Don't kick your butt over it. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, thank you. You gave me my monster back. Oh, I thought he was gonna make like Avermax or something with that setup. He probably could have. I mean, maybe he's not running Avermax. Misplaying all the time. Nah. Well, maybe just a little bit. Just a smidge. He probably, you know, just a little bit of misplay. It happens. Okay, so Scarlet Sanguine, Elixir. I still don't know why he has not, you know, made the one thing. Let me think. I could make Verite. I just realized, like, you know, I realized this after I made the deck. Verite actually doesn't, you know, copy the effect of Invocation. So, yeah. Just pretend that's not... Pretend this guy's not here. This is to make your opponent think you have Dragoon. If you're curious. That's the point of it. Alright. Jigabiggle. Summon a monster from the deck. Okay, that's sadly too big for that. Do I have any cool Link monsters that will help me? Losing my Awakening really sucks. It really does. Alright, so let's go ahead and get rid of the suck. We'll go ahead and get rid of Nightmare Phoenix. GG. I mean, it's not quite GG. You have one turn. Well, considering I have his Balladrock, that's pretty much game. Well, it's his turn. We'll have this guy have one more turn, because I'm pretty sure, you know, he still has this. Yeah, he's got the Elixir spell traps. He's got all these Scarlet Sanguines. Here we go. He's got Unizombo, and he's going to Suicide into the Balladrock. Commendable, my friend. Commendable. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and end the duel here. I will finish my opponent with Gigabyte. I could use Balladrock, but I think that's a bit much. So we'll attack with Gigabyte for game, and we'll say GD to you, Mr. Victoria. Thank you very much for dueling. I'm sorry it didn't work out for you, but better luck next time. Let's go ahead for the end screen. Alright, Invoked Charmers did pretty good today. Some of our opponents weren't as good as I would hope, and I didn't quite get the numbers I wanted, but sometimes you just gotta roll with it. And, you know, the deck works just fine. It's a much more casual sort of deck, but it works pretty good once you get things rolling. You know, you get your monsters to big attack numbers, you got your Awakening, your Palace, you go for another Awakening, your monsters just get massively huge. And so, I like the deck. You know, there's obviously the fact that Verite shouldn't be in here, but just replace this guy with any of the Charmer Link monsters you want. You can honestly just pick any of them. Doesn't really matter. They all work the same. So, I hope you guys enjoyed today's deck. And, you know, if you enjoyed it, hit the like button. Let me know that you liked it. Let me know in the comments if you liked it. Somebody please tell me why that guy couldn't... I think he might have run out of level 5 or higher Zombos. Honestly, that must have been the reason. I'm not sure, but I'm going to go with that. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys with some replays of this deck doing some more big number things. And until next time, your boy Memphis is signing out. Y'all take care. Have a good one. I'll see you later.